Don't use chat, kids. Isha.
Okay, close the chat.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Janavi, can you hear my voice? Yeah, I can.
Oh, we did not mute ourselves. We are supposed to.
No. Hare Krishna, Janavi.
Class will start now. Right?
Janavi. Yeah. Yes,
You
Janavi.
can talk until the class starts, okay? Until Laxmi Mataji is there.
Hey, I want to talk with these kids who are small. Hey, Janavi.
Talk nicely, okay? Then say Hare Krishna to everyone. Everybody can say loud Hare Krishna before teacher comes.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Janvi, you're asking me to start video. You are asking me to start video. But I will not start my video. When class starts, I'll on it.
Mommy, please cannot do like that.
Okay.
She's a small kid, right? You could listen to her, or she'll feel sad. She loves me. This makes me.
Hare Krishna Mataji, is there a change in the setting?
Why, Mataji?
Participants are waiting and I have to admit them in.
Really? You can remove that, Mataji. Somebody pressed it, maybe.
No, it is not enabled. I don't see it enabled here.
Whose class is it?
Then what happened?
I don't know. Okay, we'll see Mataji.
Say hello. What can I do?
So I'm going to make you a host, Mataji, and because I'll have to get off the call in 1 minute. So
Okay.
yeah.
Why is it asking Mataji newly?
No idea.
Ashni, come. Class start. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji will come. Okay.
Yeah, Amma.
Rubber போட்டு குத்தாத காஷ்னி.
Okay, Amma. You are on mute. Somebody say it. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, kids.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Wait.
Hare Krishna.
The teacher will come. Hare Krishna. Yadavi? Hare Krishna. Can you hear my voice? Yeah. What did you do today? Hare Krishna Laxmi Mataji. Hare Krishna
Hare
Laxmi.
Krishna, Tanvi. Hare Krishna, kids.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Janvi. Janvi
Hare
is
Krishna
what?
Mataji.
Me?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Good afternoon, photo.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, and 3 days of
Vinita Mataji, can you just share the presenter rights with me?
Why?
Access student. As soon as you open it, there is a Z.
Hare Krishna, kids.
This is Z access.
X, Y, and Z.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Radhika.
Hare Krishna, Radhika Rasika. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, kids.
அம்மா அங்க பாருங்க என்ன மாதிரி ஒரு வாட்டர் பாட்டில்.
All right, kids, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome, kids. So, kids, first of all, welcome to today's Damodar class. And we have so much to cover, right? So let's get started with that. We're going to start our today's class with the prayers, which you see on my screen right now. And we are going to do that together. Yeah, you all can start. Are you all muted by any chance? तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी श्री कृष्ण All right, kids, real quick, let us do
Hare Rama, Rama.
All right, kids, let's quickly do Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 11 times. Okay, let's start that now.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare.
All right, kids. I think everybody has done 11 times, right? Let's get going. All right, let us get started with our today's class with the letter X, and that is what we're going to talk about today. There's so many things start with letter X, right? You see on my screen. Yeah, I'm still sharing. You can see like X-ray, Xmas tree, giraffe,
Yes,
xylophone,
Mataji.
Xbox, so there's so many things start with letter X. Let us see what we are gonna talk about today. Not these, right? These are just many things from X. All right. So what we're gonna talk about today with letter X is excellent service. And who can we talk about when we're talking about excellent service? None other than Lord Shiva. And the story we're going to be focusing on today is Lord Shiva becoming a gatekeeper of Vrindavan. So that is the story we're going to specifically focus on. And kids, do pay attention to the story because I'm going to have some questions for you after this story, okay? So if you pay attention, you would be able to answer. So let's get going. All right, so the story is long, long ago when Krishna was born, and he was a very, very little child in Vrindavan. So when you can see in the picture that Shivji, Lord Shiva, went to see Krishna, right? So we're talking about that story. So Lord Shiva went to Nandgaon to see Lord Krishna. He wanted to have the darshan of Lord Krishna. He was so excited. So he came all the way to see him. So he reached there to see personality of Godhead. So when he appeared there at Nand Maharaj's doorstep, um, Anand Maharaj's doorstep, and he wanted to see Krishna. So Yashoda Mai said, Yashoda Mai looked at him. So do you see how Lord Shiva is looking in the picture? You know, how is he looking? So that is why, so that is why Yashoda Mai was very, very, shocked to see him in this avatar. And she saw that he was covered with the ashes all over his body. And how is his garland? His garland is nothing but the snake, right? You can see that. And with that trishul in his hand, and see the entire look, the clothes he's wearing. So she said that, what do you want from us? So Lord Shiva said that, oh Maya, I do not want anything. I just want to see your son, Lord Krishna. And she said, no, 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 I don't think that is possible because Krishna is very little. And if he would see you with snakes and ashes and trident, he's going to be very, very scared. And he will start crying if he look at you like this. Lord Shiva kept begging and pleading. He said, oh, no, let me see. But she did not allow because after all, she's a mother, right? And mothers care for kids. So she did not want her kid to see Lord Shiva and get scared. Finally, Lord Shiva was disappointed. And after begging and all that, he went, after begging, he ultimately, Yashoda Maya said, no, just go away from here. So with that, Lord Shiva actually went to the forest. And then he sat in one place and he started meditating on Krishna, right? From his like the Bal Gopal view, his sweet Vraja pastimes, and bhajans and darshan. So you look at the picture, he is actually praying right now.
Okay, bye. I'll see you later.
Okay, so Krishna understood that Lord Shiva, we all know that, right? Lord Shiva is the top of the devotee or top of the Vaishnava line, right? He's on the top, and all the Vaishnavas come under him. So he's at the top level. So Krishna knew Krishna knew that his biggest devotee, the top of the kids. I'll just have to mute you all so that I can talk without any interruption. Okay. So yeah, Krishna knew his devotee is not able to see him, and he's so disappointed. Krishna did not like it, so he started crying. That's what kids do, right? They start crying if they don't get what they want. They start crying. So Krishna, as a little baby, started crying too, and then Yashoda Mai and other gopis. You see in the picture, they're just trying to console Krishna, but Krishna is just not stopping crying. He's just constantly crying. So the gopis started discussing among themselves that something would have happened. That is why Krishna is crying. Otherwise, he wouldn't cry for no reason, right? So they started thinking like that. With that, the thought came to Yashoda Mai that, oh, there is a possibility that I did not let Shiva see Krishna, and maybe I actually disrespected the yogi, and that is why this is happening. So when she realized that, she asked all the gopis to go and bring the yogi back. She explained them how he looks and all that, so that gopis can go and bring him back. So gopis went to Lord Shiva, and they requested him to come back. Finally, because they were requesting so much, Lord Shiva actually agreed to come back. So he came back with them to Nand Maharaj's door once again. But this time, Yashoda Mai was all prepared, right? Because she's the one who wanted him back. So she was all prepared. She welcomed him, and she brought him in her house. And finally, he was able to take darshan of Krishna. And at that point in time, Krishna actually stopped crying. So we knew that that was the reason why he was crying, because he wanted his biggest devotee to come and see him. All right. So Yashoda Mai as a mother only wanted the pleasure of Krishna, right? Like any other mother, they only want their kids to be happy. So Yashoda Mai knew that now Krishna is so happy seeing Shiva. So she requested him that, will you kindly stay here always? Will you always be around my son? Will you always stay here? Because Krishna is so happy seeing you. So Lord Shiva, who is also known as Ashutosh. So what is the other name of Lord Shiva? That's Ashutosh. I also remember another incident, but okay. Yeah, let's talk about this story first. So, Lord Shiva's other name is Ashutosh. He replied that, okay, I can stay here, but I have one condition. If that condition gets fulfilled, then only I'm going to stay here. Otherwise, I'm not staying. So Mother Yashoda was curious. She said, okay, what is the condition? So Lord Shiva said that whenever you bathe Krishna, I want the Charnamrit. So with the bathing water, I want, a little bit of the bathing water once he has taken bath. And also, whenever you feed Krishna, I want his remnants as well. I want a little bit of that as well. So I want Charnamrit from his bathing water, and I also want the food, the remnants from once he has eaten his food. Once I get all these things, if you promise me that I will always get this, I will always stay here. So that was the condition he put across Yashoda Mai. All right. So all that condition was fulfilled at that point in time. But if you look at this picture, this is a temple called Nandeshwar Mahadev Temple. And somebody by the name Vrajanabha, who is Krishna's great grandson, he has established this temple. And until today, it's even 5,000 years back.
Hari bol.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, Mataji, now we can hear.
Mataji, looks like my connection was.
Yes, Mataji.
Sorry, kids. All right. I was talking about this temple. Were you able to hear anything about this temple or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, we were able to hear about the temple.
Awesome.
Yes, Mataji.
Awesome, kids. Okay, so yeah, so I was saying after 5,000 years have gone by now, the temple is there now, and in this temple, still the Charnamrit and Mahaprasad will offered to Lord Shiva as Lord Krishna's remnant. So the I made at that time, long ago, that is still being honored until today. Wow, isn't that amazing? All right, kids. So this is another form of Lord Shiva. That's been worshipped today. Shri Gopishwar Mahadev. Again, Shankar is another name of Shiva. We call him. He's very merciful. We know he's very merciful, right? And he's a destroyer of all misery. And we know that he's merciful. I was taking that point. Why is he merciful? That he has always respected anything people would ask him for. He is that merciful. You know that most of the demons actually used to pray to Lord Shiva to get the boons back then, because he is very merciful and he would just give you anything you want. Very, very merciful. All right, there's more information about Lord Shiva here. The glories of the Lord's devotees are as unending as the glories of Lord himself, and very pleasing one and all. Okay, here he talks about that he's best of all Vaishnavas. We already talked about that. He's also known as Ashutosh, because he gets pleased very easily and he is very, very merciful. And I already gave the example of demons, why demons worship him. All the materialistic people worship him because they get what they want from him. So all the boons, right? That is why they worship him. But at the same time, devotees also worship Lord Shiva because he is at the top of all the Vaishnavas, because Lord Shiva helps them to achieve the ultimate goal of our lives, which is like devotion or going back to Godhead. So Shiva actually helps the devotees get that, or show the path and help us achieve that. So yeah, that was all about Shiva. And that also reminds me about a very, very quick pastime about Shiva, because we were talking about Shiva's names. So one name we said Shiva's name is Shankar. The other one we said that it's Ashutosh. There's another name I remember which is related to a very beautiful pastime, is Neelkant. And when the churn was happening in the ocean and between demons and gods, and the first thing that came out of that churn was the poison, right? Nobody could take that poison in than Lord Shiva, just to help everybody. So he's the one who took that poison in, and that is why his neck turned blue. Just because his neck turned blue, he's called Neelkant. Neel is blue and Kant is neck, right? So that's what it's called. So he's very, very merciful. All right, with that, kids, we come to an end of today's story, and I have a couple of questions for you. You all can mute yourself if you want to answer. The first question is, who is the best of all Vaishnava?
Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva.
That's the right answer. All right, kids, second question. What are the other names of Lord Shiva?
Ashutosh.
Awesome.
Ashutosh.
Yeah, so three names we took today were Ashutosh, Neelkant, and Shankar, right? So these are the different names he's addressed. All right, kids, the third question for today is, what condition did Lord Shiva put in front of Yashoda?
Krishna.
Right. Yeah. You said it right. I'm just going to repeat it real quick. So he wanted the Charnamrit and also the food remnant of Krishna. Awesome, kids. You did wonderful job. So proud of you. All right, we're finishing the story today with the moral of the story. All right, so we are finishing the story today with the moral of the story, and it's very simple. I think this is what I talk about every single time, right? So devotion and dedication never goes unpaid. Okay, I'm not talking in material terms that we're gonna get money if you're having devotion or dedication. It only simply means that once we are dedicated or devoted to anything, we will be successful in doing that. So same is the path for Krishna as well. If we are very dedicated in our worship towards Krishna, he is looking at us. He's paying attention to that. And the biggest examples of those are the pictures right here on the screen. You can look at Prahlad Maharaj, you can look at Dhruva Maharaj, or you can even look at Meera. I mean, all were very, very blessed just because they were so devoted. Awesome. All right, kids, with that, we end the story here today. And it is it's rhyme time. So I'm going to request Anjana Gopika Mataji to help us learn this beautiful rhyme. Hare Krishna Mataji, over to you.
Mataji, can you do the sloka now? Rhyme they will do in the break room.
Hari Bol Mataji.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Mataji.
Yeah, we will do the sloka. Can you read?
Hari Bol Mataji.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol Mataji.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Can you do the sloka? Aham sarvasya prabhaho.
Aham sarvasya prabhaho. Mataji.
Sarvasya prabhaho.
Mataji. Sarvasya prabhaho.
Mata sarvam pravartate.
Mata sarvam
pravartate.
Iti matva bhajante mam.
Iti matva bhajane mam.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Buddha bhava
Prabhavo.
aham sarvasya prabhaho.
Mata sarvam
Mata sarvasya matya bhajante mam. Iti matva bhajanet mam. Bhuta bhava samanvita. Bhuta bhava samanvitaha.
Thank you.
Hari Bol Mataji. Hari Bol Mataji.
Hari Bol. Mataji.
Hari Bol
Mataji.
Hari Bol Mataji.
I will also say that now we can do the drawing. Hari Bol kids, we can do the drawing now.
Oh my God.
Do you have a pencil?
Wait.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Can you? Yeah.
Mataji.
Yes, I will show one. One
Can
second.
you wait, Mataji, because I don't have a pencil or paper.
Okay, can you
That's
please
what I asked you now.
pencil and then you can get a paper. It's a very easy. You can making a trishul. We are making a trishul of Lord Shiva.
What? Lord Shiva. Trishul of Lord.
It's a very easy. We all have
Mataji, what are we making?
trishul of Lord Shiva.
Trishul of Lord Shiva. What are we making,
Do you know how to write W? Do you know how to write W? Can you write big W? Janavi?
I like already.
बनाओ बेटा देखो W ऐसे
Done.
थोड़ा बड़ा बनाओ बाबू. Good job. थोड़ा बड़ा बनाओ.
Yes, like YW. Okay. 1 second. Then.
Mataji, I'm done, Mataji.
Okay, I am giving next slide. You know, under the W, you can just make a line, like a not straight line, but little bit kind of line. Yes. 1 second. 1 second. Wait for everyone. Wait. Okay, I think you all following. Yeah.
It was the spinning one.
Can see from
I think, but I got it from the small egg one. The egg thingy.
Did you make another line from another side?
Yes. No, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, if you already make, I will take the next slide. Okay, it's very easy. You can make a yam now. See, you can make a yam and then you can make a small kind of circle also in this half. A little bit.
You saw this one.
Both side.
I'm done, Mataji.
No, nice. We can wait for some other kids also.
I'm done, Mataji.
I'm done,
Mataji. I'm done, Mataji. I'm done, Mataji. Mataji, I'm done, Mataji.
Yeah, this you can see. Lord Shiva's Dhammaru. This one you can make from both sides. Yeah, both side. Okay.
It's a tissue. I know what they did.
Wait. Then also we have to wait everyone. Okay, wait. Okay. I will making this one.
Mama, could you give me a eraser?
Line in the middle.
Eraser.
Yeah. You can make a line, okay? Always things will be nice.
Mataji?
Yes?
Mataji, I'm done.
Very nice, very nice. I really like it.
I'm done, Mataji. This is my area.
After making this, you can make from W to down. You can make a two lines, straight line. Yes, very nice. Can you make a straight line? W from W to W.
Let me show Mataji, I'm done. Oh, sorry, Mataji.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, just do it.
What I want to
Tell Mataji what you know how to tell.
Yeah.
You have to on.
Okay.
Don't on this side. Okay, you are already. You are not on video. Okay.
Okay, I hope you all finished. Now we can see little decoration in this one. Okay, let's see what's that. Oh yeah, both sides anyway. Not this. Yeah. One decoration.
I thought you're done.
You did?
No, next one.
Okay. Okay, I hope everyone is finished.
I thought you're done.
Okay. Well, I have to wait for everyone, okay? And then see that W, you can make a small curve line in there, okay? Curving line.
I'm a chudo. Is it neat? This is Shiva. This Shiva one. No, this has the Shiva weapon. This Shiva weapon. That one.
Superb. Shushma, actually improve it. First of
all, a little bit.
After that from W, you can make a two line.
You more a lot of the legs, in my opinion.
Yeah, from here.
I apologize. I apologize, Amma.
From inside of the W, you can make another line, not from here, from top of from here to inside.
Oh, I did a big mistake. Mataji, I'm done, Mataji. I'm done, Mataji.
Yes, good job. Okay.
Mataji, I am done.
Okay, good job. It's very easy. And then make a one straight line, two straight line in the middle, you know? Yeah.
Yep, I got that.
Okay. Good job.
I
Good
knew that
job.
because it's a shooting weapon.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This one. Anyway, you can make an arrow kind of things in the top. You can make an arrow.
Wow. Blue is my favorite color.
This is the Lord Shiva's picture. You can color later on, okay? And send in the
Mataji.
Mataji, thank you so much.
My favorite.
Mataji, can we do the break? We can see everyone's picture in the break. Yeah, we can do the break room. I know everybody, I think you all did nicely. Jahnavi, that not class is finished.
Oh, Mataji, here only 8 kids are remaining, Mataji. Do you want to go into my break room then, Mataji? Shall I send you in that to that room? Okay, Mataji, I will send you into that room, wait.
Okay, okay.
Because
Anywhere is fine, Mataji. You can go that room or anywhere. It's fine for me.
no, Mataji, I will assign to you that room, Mataji. 1 second. Kids will be waiting. I sent you that room, Mataji. You can go there. Hare Krishna, kids. How many kids are remaining here?
5.
Okay.
5.
Yes, 5 kids. Okay, let's read the sloka, okay? Okay, can you all see my PPT? Advait,
Yes, Mataji.
can you all see the PPT? Is
Yes,
there any
Mataji.
Damodar kid here? Or
Mataji, we can.
is there anybody Damodar? Advait is not Damodar kid. Who is the Damodar kid remaining here?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Govinda, Mataji.
Okay, you are all waiting for Govinda. Okay, okay. So, okay, I'll stop live then in that case.